Hello everyone, this is Bisnetplus. Guys, I quickly want to show you something on this. I found it very interesting, but there is a bit of typo error in this material. But I just want to show you something that is very interesting in this, right? So guys, I received this from one of my able students that I should just like review this and speak up on it. And as you can see guys, everything here is 25 pages, but I'm just gonna talk about few pages. I'm just gonna talk about few pages on this, and probably I might be showing you my chart. And guys, don't forget the 1000 package is still on fresh for new people that will be coming in. I'll give you the necessary tools for that and how you can become successful and make your first million. Yeah, first million. You heard me right. I'm gonna teach you everything to make you achieve that, and I'm gonna put you through and how exactly you can be making money from people without scamming or anything. No scam. So guys, let's look into this. And before that, don't forget the signal also is $40 monthly. Alright, it's just $40 monthly, and I'll give discount. We are at discount period, discount season. You pay $40, it's gonna end by January next year. Alright, so guys, let's dive into this. Let's pick on time frames. I really don't know the author of this book. I will have mentioned his or her name, right? I will have done that. So if the author were able to see this, I'm not plagiarizing your work. I'm doing exactly. And if I was able to find your name in the material, I will just mention your name straight. Right? So once again, guys, this is Bisnetplus. Let's get to business. So now we have time frames here. The various time frames we have, as everybody has known, we have the highest, which is D1. D1 is on the signal that I dropped on the VIP, which I shared the free signals on the public channel, and even up to now it's still in profit. Alright, it's still in profit. And we have the monthly. We have, you see, we have the monthly, we have the weekly, daily, H4, H1, M3, 015, then down to M1. Alright, so now when it comes to synthetic indices, or specifically boom and crash, alright, people love trading with M1. That's when they kept on asking spike detector and stuff. But one thing I would just want you guys to know this time is that the higher your time frame will be, the higher that your profit will be, and probably your stop loss should be very tight. All right, so especially if you're trading trend. So now let me proceed with this material. Now we have control order of the time frame based on excuse me, based on the writer. All right, so now we have the monthly TF, which is time frame controls the weekly. Now this is what it's saying. The monthly, all right, the monthly controls the weekly time frame, which is right. Then the weekly time frame controls the daily time frame. All right, you can see the writer is splitting it down and down. All right, you see the monthly controls the weekly controls the daily, then the daily controls the time frame, or 4 hours time frame, which is this, the 4 hours, and also the 1 hour time frame. All right, so what this is saying is that you look at the trend at the higher time frame, then you come down to lower time frame, because that's exactly what's gonna happen only if it's retesting on lower time frame. So that's how you can probably learn how to trade retest. All right, I'll save that for another day, but I would like to say something more about that. So now you can see that the H4 controls the M30 and M15, and what this is saying, it's same thing as how the monthly time frame controls the weekly time frame. All right, controls means what is happening on higher time frame will take effect on the lower time frame. That's exactly what it's saying. All right, so you can also say that the H1 controls the M5. The H1 controls the M5. All right, and the M30 and M15 controls the M1. And I noticed something about boom and crash is they smell your SL. When they smell your SL, they will go to the liquidity zone. Alright, so now when they go to the liquidity zone, they will have to like take out your trade, and after taking out a lot of SLs, probably millions of stop losses will be hit. Then from there it will now go to your direction. So that's why most of my trade, after when I've done my analysis, I'll have to like leave them because I have understood the behavior of the market. Alright, so now let's proceed. Now we have classification of time frames in conservative sniper strategy. So in this strategy there is 3 classes of time frame. Now let me just jump because I've scanned through before. Now what it's saying here is they have like 3 strategies of trading or applying on the strategy to charts. Now we have the trend, all right, then we have the signal time frame, then we have the entry time frame. All right, now, and the writer of this book is telling you to master them. Now this is what it's saying. This is the explanation here. Now what it's saying now is that the trend time frame, which is D1. Now let me quickly say something about this before I proceed. When you are trading on higher time frame, all right, higher time frame like daily time frame, remember that one candlestick signifies 24 hours. All right, now the retesting of this D1 candlestick might take you out and probably go back in profit. Now let's take for example the boom 1000 in this signal which I dropped in the free public channel, the free channel. All right, if K is not taken, it will take a lot of accounts out if the retesting is big, and for the whole 24 hours it can be selling. Now how much will now be in your account to hold that kind of trade? Now so this will affect smaller account holder. All right, so with this strategy, after explaining the whole thing the writer is saying, then you can now pick the best time frame for you. And don't forget, we have smaller time frame of how the 15 minutes time frame and the 30 minutes time frame. You can see how the M30 and M15 controls the M1. You can use this. All right, it's not important or it's not compulsory you go to higher time frame to pick your trade, but what's happening on higher time frame will be exactly that will occur on smaller time frame. Now let's take example on boom 1000 in this. I will be using that as an example. Now it's buying on D1. Now go back, all right, and count different time frames. All right, the next time frame is H4. You will see it's buying on H4, it's buying on M30, it's buying on H1, it's buying on 15 minutes, and on 1 minute, check the view from very far off. You see it's buying. All right, and if it's buying, you go for buy. You don't sell. Don't trade retest if you are not a professional yet. All right, so you just have to look into that deeply. Now let me continue. Now number 2, signal time frames, which could be D1. All right, so the writer is now choosing the signal time frame as D1. All right, now that's where you check your trend. All right, for swing, and H4, H1, M30, 15 for scalping. Now the writer now choose H4 and H1 for scalping. For me, my strategy, what I do is I scalp from M30 to 15 minutes, and basically all my signals are on 15 minutes. Why? For the sake of people who are asking me that how many times do you drop, how many signals do you drop in a day? I understand the fact that people want like 20 signals, 30 signals, 15 signals, minimum of 8 signals in a day, but I will tell you categorically now that it's unprofessional for you to be dropping 10 signals in a day. They will just use that to entice you. One signals, 10 positions. Cool for me. Alright? One signals can give me money that 20 signals will give. Alright, even more depending on my lot size and my risk management. Let me just put it that way. Alright, I'm not saying if the whole 8 signals could come in profit, it's a mess. No, it's not a mess. It's a good thing. But let me remind you of something, that the longer you stay trading, the probability of losing your money is high. Alright, you understand the fact that the market is not being controlled by anyone you know that will just tell that person, okay, let it sell. Alright, or let it go for a buy. Alright, you know nobody from the market. You know nobody from the market. So what you ought to do is to eat and run. I would say eat and run strategy. That's how you can just like come up with something cool. Alright, and do video about it and send it to YouTube. So now scalping for H4 for me is just is high. Alright, H1 is high only if you just want to base your trading on just one candlestick from H1 or H4. You can just like, that's another strategy. You can just like pick a candlestick that, okay, in 4 hours time, whichever ways this candle ends in creating of another candle, I will have to like close my trade either in profit or in loss. Then the next candle, you look at the candle. If you know how to spot all this shooting star armor stuff, then you can just like go for it. It's simple. That's another good strategy if you can master it well. Alright, so that's why I'm telling you guys to register for my mentorship class. Alright, when you register for the mentorship class, alright, I'm gonna expose you to a lot of secrets in the market based on what has been working for me and based on my new research. Right, so I find this very interesting. That's why I decided to share with you. I'm not going to share the whole 25 pages. If you just want to read more and ask me question, when you join the Telegram channel, I'll drop it there. Alright, you can just read through. Alright, any material you see interesting, send it to me. I will review it. Probably any indicator you see, alright, drop it for me, then I will review it and give you feedback on it. Alright, but please don't spam me. Don't spam me. Alright, so that's just it. You can scalp. For me, I scalp with 30 M30 and M15, 30 minutes time frame. Then for these I swing. Then for D1 I check D1. It's very rare for me to pick trades from D1 if I am not, because it, for you to spot a trade, a very good entry on D1, it will take you a lot of time, even if you are trading for spike or against spike. I love trading the trend so much. Now let me continue. Remember, we have the trend, we have the signal, then we have the trend time frame, the signal time frame, and the entry time frames, which the writer, according to the writer anyway. So whenever you want to swing, before I go to that, number 3, entry time frame, which are then down to M1 depending on your trade. To the best of my knowledge, depending on your trade means depending on your risk management, depending on your account size, because that's very, very important. Depending on your account size. Now let's say for example I drop a signal in my VIP and that person is now asking me now, oh, is in profit, can I still hold? And say it's not a must you hold to TP. The market knew that this is exactly where you're gonna put your TP, this is exactly where you're gonna put your SL, and most times they will manipulate us. It won't get to your TP before it starts reversing. Alright, the money you have, the trade you trade, the entry you do, that gives you money, probably few dollars, that money is yours. Alright, so especially if you're trading for spikes and it has come in profit, you can lock it at your entry. But if it's a long time trade, if it's a swing trade, you have nothing to be panicked about. Let the trade out. Let the chart, let the everything, let it work out for you. Let it play out, rather. Alright. So now let's proceed. Whenever you want to swing, note your 3 levels of time frames. Alright. Which I will have to do is that you can check from you can check from D1. All right, see what the chart is saying on D1. If the chart is retesting on D1, let's assume that we have a downtrend, and if it's retesting, the retesting will be buying. All right, and when it's buying, you have to wait till you see another breakout. All right, when it breaks out, it means that it will continue buying. But if there is no breakout yet, don't rush. If you want to trade on D1, now go back to lower time frame. You will see what is retesting on higher time frame will be buying on lower time frame. Get me right? Now, if D1 is buying, all right, rather if it's selling and is retesting, the selling is retesting probably to the resistance zone, right? Then when you check lower time frame like M30, M15, it will be buying, completely buying. That will have an uptrend. You understand me, guys? I'll show you a simple chart with my simple analysis. Alright, so that will make what I'm saying a bit meaningful to you. So now the writer is saying that you just have to check the trend time frame, which is the day one, the signal time frame, which is this probably, and the entry time frame, which is this. Now if your entry is on H1 or H4, you should know that your balance, your trading balance should be huge, not that huge like $10,000, $5,000. Then your trading balance will determine on your lot size. Now if you're trading $100 account, for example, and you are having a lot size of 1.0, you should know yourself that is not good for H4, probably is not good for H1. Go to 15 minutes time frame. Like, okay, if this trade does not come in profit in the next 15 to 20 minutes, you close. Alright, now let's, for example, for boom and crash, you know, one spike. Now let's say for example, if on M1 is selling on M1 and you are trading boom, probably boom 1000 index, and it's selling for 45 minutes, you know, and your signal tells you to sell, and you're selling for 45 minutes, that's huge money, guys, huge. But let me remind you of something, that one spike can eat up the whole profit. Because if the spike is very long, I've noticed that it can heat up the whole 40 minutes. And there are some spike, for 1 minute spike, it will go to probably 120 minutes. What I meant is, if the spike happens, it will rest probably for a second, then another one will happen on that candlestick again, so it will make it very, very long. All right, so you just have to understand every behavior of the market. So now the trend signal, you can check your trend on D1, you can check your trend on H4, you can check your trend on M1, then you do your execution on lower time frame, which is what I've said earlier, that if the trend of the trade is going down, then follow it down. Alright, don't be scared of spike. I do say that, but that doesn't mean that all your trade will come in profit. It doesn't mean. Alright, you win some, you lose some, but your winning rate should be higher. There is nothing like 100% in the market. Nobody's gonna get that. Even the designer of the system is not gonna get 100%. It's not possible. Alright, so now make your entry H1 and H4. If your trend, you're working on D1, make your entry here so that you can have a sniping entry. Now if your trend is on H4 or H1, make your entry on M30, or you make your entry on probably you make your entry on M15. all right. Now for scalping, the writer is saying that they have there is three category: long, short, medium. All right, you have to know their time frame. Now let's go down so that we can see more. Probably I will be stopping this video soon. All right, A, A for long time scalping. We have trend time frame, which is D1. The signal on 8 for the M3 is this. Yeah, this is perfect. Alright, and what the writer is saying based on the trend is, now let's say it's coming down like this. Now let me show you this. Now you can see this is the trend. Alright, this is the trend. It's coming down from here. You can see then it's coming. This is the trend. Alright, you can see the arrow here. It came down, it came down. This is perfect example. Alright, so now let's go to what the book is saying again. The signal is on H4. Then you now go to H4 to see if H4 is, if the trend is selling, is going down, then on H4 is buying. Definitely you have to wait till it exhausts its buying moment. For whatever goes down, for whatever goes up will surely come down to meet up with the trend. Let's get to the resistance zone, then make your entry on this. When it gets there to your resistance, then come to lower time frame, alright, of 15 minutes and 30 minutes. Then you take your entry, then you sell. Very easy. Alright, so now look at the medium. Alright, everything is just the same thing, but it's just the time frame difference. Alright, the time frame difference. Then for short, then you see M1, it gets to M1. Everything is the same thing. Now let's show you the notice here. Note that D1 is the trend time frame. All in all trading conditions, you must ensure that the trend of the day is so as to trade line blah blah blah. Yeah, I've explained everything already. Now let me see relative trading evidence. So everything is just talking about some settings for the indicators. Alright, this is not customized indicator. These are just the inbuilt indicator. Alright, so we have some settings here which you can probably go for, but mind you, let me make correction here. Now see this for relative strength index. Alright, RSI. You can see the writer is saying that oversold zone is 0 to 30. Oversold, let's choose 0 so that you'll be safe. 30 is too big for the oversold. Most times, even when it gets to 0, it will keep going down. Alright, and also for the overbought, 70 is too small. Let's go for 100. Alright, so that you can be on the safer side. Then for the normal one, I'll go for 50. So guys, that's just it on this. So if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. I will respond to you ASAP. And let me cook some more videos for you guys. Let me do some more thing. And don't forget that if you want to pick this material, let me see, probably I can find the name of the writer. It's not here. Don't know, probably maybe it's this Holy Grail of forex trading. Okay, you always win the strategy is the Holy Grail of probably I don't know. It was created by alright, this is the writer. Alright, Dr. Ramaphosa. I don't know if my pronunciation is correct. So 100% winning strategy, that's nothing like 100%, guys. Nothing like that. So nothing like that, but just make sure that your winning rate is higher than your losing rate. Then make sure you use a very good steady and steady on lot size. Don't gamble with your lot sizes. Alright, so guys, this is all for this video, and I would like to remind you that if you want to learn, we have a mentorship program. Alright, and if you chat me on that, I'm gonna give you very massive discounts. Alright, a very massive discount is what you're gonna get. So guys, that's it for now. Stay blessed. Bisnetplus.